Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build model kits and hang out. I say kits. I don't think we're going to finish the Deathscythe today and start the next kit, but we might. It's possible. We got a lot of it done. I'm going to throw the Bear Cave emote in there, the Scythe emote, the Lego emote. If you're currently a subscriber, you can throw that back at me. We are going to hang out here in the pre-show for a little bit, see if anybody wants to join us in the stream, hang out. This is, if you're watching this later on VOD or on YouTube after the fact, you know that this is a stream that is starting 4 hours before I normally start on a Thursday. That's weird. You're saying, Pat, why are you doing this at 5 p.m. Eastern Time? That's odd. And the truth is, I have plans tonight that I decided I did not want to change or miss. I got invited to a holiday party at a friend's company, and I decided I was going to go to that. It's a good friend who does not live in New York, is in town for their company party, invited me to be their guest, and I said, yes, that sounds rad. That sounds like a thing I want to do. Harold, thank you for hosting. I appreciate it very much. It's just coincidence. It's true that tonight is also the Game Awards, and perhaps people will be watching that and maybe not necessarily want to watch another stream. While I could have been an alternative, because I often stream while people are like, aren't into whatever's going on, I could be an alternative for that. That is not the case tonight. I didn't even realize. I thought it was on Friday. I did not realize till I think yesterday that I was like, oh, I'm getting out of the way of the Video Game Awards. That's a wonderful coincidence. I expect today to be very quiet, both in terms of viewership and in terms of people typing things in chat. Now, a reminder that if you are currently a subscriber and use your Twitch Prime coin, you need to manually renew. I say that manually sometimes. Manually renew. Also, a reminder that if you are a subscriber and you use Cash Money, when your month is up, you can also click that button to let people know that you resubscribed. This month, if you do that for the next few weeks, you get a bonus where you're going to be sharing some emotes with people in the chat, which is fun. And there's also a new thing that just literally came out today, which is there's a new badge, or new badges for people that donate bits and coins. And that's retroactive. So I guess you get some badges. So, Harold, I'm sure you have a badge of some sort. You're hosting. Thank you very much for hosting. I appreciate that very much. But yeah, I believe you have some sort of badge. And then we got these holiday emotes that are fun. But yeah, apparently you'll get some sort of new badge as somebody that does that. I have a little thing that says how long I've been a subscriber, which is weird. It shouldn't be a thing because I think that's actually a badge. Is that a badge for someone else? I don't know. Look, I don't know what's going on. It's weird. I'm going to retweet myself in a moment or two and just be like, starting the build. Working on the Deathscythe Hell. Here's the Deathscythe Hell. It's right here. Normally, I would wait around and see if a few more folks want to join us, but that's if I'm streaming at night, which I'm not. I'm streaming in the afternoon. Folks may remember in the old days, I would stream at 5 or 6 p.m. That would be like the hour I streamed. That's when it happens. And then I started pushing it back. It was like, oh, we'll do 7 o'clock. We'll do 8 o'clock. Well, now I can stream at home. We'll do 9 o'clock. And 9 o'clock is the latest I've been pushing it. I think doing later than that doesn't make sense. But I'm just tweeting out that we're about to start building. About to start building. Real casual vibe today. I also remembered that I have not put out the archive. I've not made live the archive of last night's singing stream. I have to do that today. Today, Thursday, really got ahead of me. It kind of came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, it was time to stream. Now I set stuff up, but I was like doing things and writing some stuff, trying to get a few things done. And all of a sudden, I was like, "Oh, it is almost 5 p.m. You have to start streaming." And it was a surprise, a pleasant one. I am happy to build. I love doing it. I could have just not done a build stream tonight. I do feel bad that today and Saturday are both at odd times because I know that people get a schedule in their heads of when they want to when they watch streams, and to change that is to upset people's schedules. And I like being consistent. It not only is it good for y'all, those watching at home, those watching live, it's good for me. So I don't have that. This Saturday, I'm streaming at 3 p.m. Eastern Time because it is it is the annual holiday event I always go to. And it just worked out that, like, I wanted to do a bonus stream. I wasn't available on Tuesday. I'm not available Friday or Sunday to stream. So it worked out that the best course of action was for me to just do earlier streams. I guess I could have timed it today where, like, I could have done like 5:30 to 7:30, but the holiday party I'm going to, in communicating with the person who invited me, they made it clear that they like to be early or on time to events, which I also like to do. So we're both going to get there when the event starts, and then we can leave at our leisure, which is exactly what we want to do. Early works for me today. Harold, happy to hear that. As always, happy to have you here in the stream, watching, hanging out. Yeah, I mean, like, did I know that today was going to be light? Yes. Was I hoping that by doing an early stream, some folks that maybe 9 p.m. to 11 is tough for would be able to watch the streams? Sure, I did. Do I hope that people will just be like, "Oh, I didn't even notice because I wasn't paying attention to Twitter. I didn't even notice that you had an early stream." And they'll come in, and as we go and continue to do the stream, more and more people will come. Always. I should make it clear, and I don't always make this clear. I'm happy that anyone watches. If anybody's watching, it's rad, and I'm very excited about it. It would be great to have more viewers than we currently have, but if that's what we have for today, that's what we have for today, and that's okay. Mostly, I want people to watch the streams and watch what I do and enjoy what I'm doing. That is my goal. It is like, I really love model kit building, and I love being having a cool place for cool people to chat with each other and hang out. So if I'm able to facilitate that, that's great. And yes, I would like to have more people watching. I have over 1,000 followers, which only means a certain percentage of those people ever get any notifications that I'm going live, and a certain percentage of those people will come and watch, and that's fine. I wish more people did. I understand. Some people are here for the game streams, the occasional game streams. Some people are here for the build streams, but they love Lego. Some people are here because they want to see a kit get built they've never seen before. My wish list, some people have bought stuff off my wish list, which is rad, and I put some new stuff up in there, and I'm excited about that because I'm running a little low on model kits, and Bunny, being unemployed again, I have budgeted for the rest of the year, and I'm doing my best, but I was hoping to work this month, and I've got some contract stuff lined up, little things here and there, but but most people are not doing job interviews for 2000. They're finishing their work up. They're making things happen. They're getting ready to lay people off. They're getting ready for 2020. and they're not really interviewing for upcoming things that start. I have a lot of like, let's circle back to this in the new year, which is like better than nothing. Certainly, people being like, we want to talk to you, but like half of the office is already out. It is like, yeah, I get it. I mean, I get it. I wasn't looking to start. I wasn't excited about looking for work. I wasn't planning on it at this stage. It's just what the reality of it. Um, the unfortunate reality is, I got I got bills to pay and I got to get work done. But yeah, I put up some stuff on my wish list, and it looks like a few people have bought some stuff on there. So I'll be eagerly anticipating that. With the mail, it's tough this time of year to get packages sent and all that. So we'll see. Um, but at the 6 o'clock hour, I'll talk about some anime. I will say this. I do also. I'm really in a close up today because a shirt I'm wearing for the party I'm going to tonight doesn't like my green screen. Whatever. Decorum out the window, y'all. It's a chill stream today. I'm wearing. We'll just do this. It'll be easier. You can see this is yellow. It's pizza. The green screen does not enjoy it. Does not enjoy this. New York Comic Con, for some reason, this year, 2019's New York Comic Con, they decided that the theme, I'll get my color back on me, the theme was going to be Pizza Rat. So the back is like a big pizza design. That was the pins. It's a whole thing. And a friend of mine was just like, why was it Pizza Rat? And we were talking about that, and I'm going to see them tonight. And I was like, I'll wear the shirt so you can see it. Now, could I just bring the shirt? Yes. But then I'm going to a holiday party with just a t-shirt, just like a loose t-shirt, and that just seems weird. Oh boy. Okay. All right. I'm just checking my Twitter here. See if. Thank you for the retweet, Harold. Appreciate that. Someone just liked a tweet I sent out months ago. That's always weird. Always weird when people like a tweet that you sent out a very long time ago. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Then I'll just bring a loose t-shirt to a holiday party. And that doesn't make any sense. So I was just like, whatever. I'll wear it to the holiday party because that's fine. But then I didn't think about this. Do I think about what I wear when I stream? Yes, I do. Peek behind the curtain. This was a question that I also got that I'm going to be answering on this month's Patreon Q&A that I may have answered before and I can't remember. But yes, I do. Oh, yes, because I was asked the question, do you own shirts that are not black? I was asked that question before. And the answer is yes. I do own shirts that aren't black. It's just that a black t-shirt with a non-green or yellow design on them work best for my attempt at being using a proper green screen. It works for me better than other options. And then when I'm not using the green screen, I often, like yesterday, wear a shirt that is a different color. I think yesterday I wore a red shirt because that was fine because I was not going to be using the green screen. But yeah, I have found that my loose approximation of what makes sense for a being in front of a green screen, that like my poor attempts at chroma keying and lighting, this is what works best. Looking at so I've been kind of reviewing some of my background and characters. I'll promote that in the second hour this week's, which I think is pretty fun. It's very weird, even for my show. But in kind of putting stuff together, I realized that I've gotten better at green screen over the year. Not to say I've gotten good. And mostly, background and characters looks better than it did when I started, because when I first started doing it, I was mixing, like, I was playing with different audio and different, like, setups and different, like, green screen setups. And eventually I just settled on using this and just sitting in the corner of an image, which is not as cool as some of the earlier ones, but it's way more consistent as far as look and certainly sound. Because I was working with, like, a lapel mic that wasn't that great, and working with a mixing board and using a Shure 58, and like I was really playing around with different things. And eventually I was just like, I'm just going to use this headset microphone, because I would, occasionally try to justify why I had it. And then I was like, no, I don't need to justify this. I'm just going to do it. Yeah. Let's see if there's. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna keep doing background and characters. I like it. Does it set the world on fire? No. But is it fun for me and a creative outlet for me? Yes. When it comes to the creative process and the stuff I do, like full-time work, when full-time work happens again, I then will start evaluating the things I do. And the thing that happened most was this last month, when I did have a full-time job that was a little flexible, the first thing I thought of doing was, which I'm glad I didn't, was I cut back on video game stuff just because inevitably time was an issue. I didn't cut back on streaming, and I'm happy I didn't cut back on streaming because I genuinely love doing this and love doing this stuff. And so I was thinking, I might cut back on the games playing on stream. That was something that I considered and didn't end up doing, but certainly considered. The number one thing that I thought about was cutting back on the hours I worked at another job. And I was like, well, if I make enough money on my day job, then I don't need this extra income working at this theater. It's actually a lot of work for very little pay. I'm glad I still have it because it is my only steady income right now. So I have that, and I'm happy to have that for the plus and minuses of that gig, working at the Brooklyn Comedy Collective, which I do enjoy, but it's sometimes a pain in the butt to just deal with. But I've been thinking of like, okay, background and characters really doesn't take a lot of effort, and especially now that I'm doing like 4 at a time, like 4 or 5 at a time, like that doesn't take much at all. I can really bang these out and have fun with them. And in fact, I honestly think they get better because I'm like warming up my improv muscles and warming up my brain if I do a few in a row. So I'm like, oh, all right, I might keep doing that the way I've been doing it. Which first was, sorry, I dropped the piece here. At first was a necessity because I suddenly did not have the free time I used to have on Thursdays and now, or Wednesdays when I was doing it. And now it's just like, yeah, a thing that I'm kind of like excited about doing. Dreadnought says, hi, Mr. Baer. Hello to you, Dread. Welcome. This is the Build with Baer workshop. We're working on the Deathscythe Hell Custom, the Endless Waltz version. Why? Because I love this kit very much. I built this kit on stream very early in my streaming career. And it felt like it was time to return to it. I just looked at the kits that were coming out and the kits that I wanted to build, and I want to build this. I'm going to build the original Deathscythe again at some point. Probably won't build the Deathscythe Hell, which is just a high grade 1/100. I like it, but it's just a high grade. But I'll build both the Master Grids again because I just genuinely enjoy these kits, and I look forward to. I was looking forward to this for a while. But hello to everybody that's here. Happy to have you on this build stream. Yeah, but just like talking about like the plans and stuff. I was hoping, and it's okay that it's not. It's the thing. The first episode of um, Pat Bear's Anime Club did very well for videos I put on YouTube that do not involve Jeff Gerstmann. That is a caveat I like to make, because a video that involves Jeff Gerstmann is ridiculously high numbers wise. Improvised postmortems that have Jeff Gerstmann do thousands more views than ones that don't. The actual outlier of improvised postmortem is because I know, because I could see it, is you just a big draw. He is. He's also incredibly funny. He's great on improvised postmortem. My most popular improvised postmortem, though, is the one where Kate Stark fell off the stage. Not Kate Stark, sorry. Kate Welch. The one where Kate Welch fell off the stage, people watch that part. And that's bad. Because she's okay. And I understand what people wanted to watch chaos. But I wish that people watched the other parts of it as just as long. Because it's a fun... that's one of our better shows. Although this last one at West was really good. Drucker is just so good. Dreadnox, I appreciate that is high praise, even despite what he's trying to do right now, being the Seth Rollins to his Roman Reigns. I mean, if anything, I am the Seth Rollins to his Dean Ambrose. Because he's just going against the grain and doing what he does, and the audience just went, yeah. And then they weren't sure what to do with him, so he went on his own way. Who's my AOP? I don't know who my AOP is, or my J&J security for that matter. I don't know who I would say are my I guess Eric Canis, who is the videographer for League of Heels, who you'll see videotape a lot of stuff at PAXs. I guess Eric is like part of my crew, I would say. And then maybe he would hate this, but I think Owen Douglas is part of my crew. Ozone, who folks know in the Giant Bot community. Oh, thank you for the host, Dread. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Hosting is always appreciated. Hosting and I'll say this. I have said this that they need to. Eric is very cool. They need to change the name of what rating. Look, the concept of taking your stream and going and en masse going into another stream is awesome. But the term raid is not like positive. It's weird to be like, so I always have to say like we were raided, and that's a good thing. Like raiding another stream sounds bad. And in fact can sometimes be bad. Like sometimes if the stream is, we're up to shenanigans, we're going to go to this other stream. Even if it's like positive, it can sometimes be overwhelming. I've never felt super overwhelmed. Bad Gunpla did raid once with a lot of people. Bad Gunpla had been raided himself, or themselves, I should say, and had a ton of people. Because I don't know who Bad Gunpla is, so I don't want to gender. But Bad Gunpla had been raided by someone and had a lot of people, and then was ending their stream, and so they came to my stream, and that was a lot. I remember. Oh no, Tread, no. No, I'm saying Bad Gunpla. There is a Twitch streamer named Bad Gunpla. It's okay. Gunpla is not a word that many people hear on a day-to-day basis. I do, because of the communities I'm in. Yes, you would not be wrong, because like I said, when it's not a word that you hear that often, it's likely that sometimes you're just like, wait, what did you just say? if you don't hear it that often, it can be a surprise. All right. So we've got all our components together, and now we're going to start putting our components, and we're going to start with the right leg and just start putting things together. But yeah, rating is like it's just a bad term. It's just like it is a descriptive term. It is an accurate descriptive term of what's happening, but it has, to me anyway, a very negative connotation, one of which I would not want to include in my like as like a term that exists. Like hosting is very accurate and sounds fine. I'm hosting the stream. Oh, cool. Thank you very much. We're rating with a party of 50. Oh no. Why? What's wrong? What did I do? Who did I make mad? Who retweeted me with like, check out this asshole, and now I have all these people. Oh no. That's not the case in this particular instance. But it feels like that to me anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm short-sighted and wrong. But it does feel like that. All right. So we're going to start assembling here. I'll admit, I don't do a lot of it, and I should do more of it, of rating, I should say. I often end my stream by just like, often these streams end with me running an ad. But I think today I'll find a stream for us to check out, and we will engage with them and see what's up. We'll find a stream to raid at the end of this one. We are going till 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is early for a lot of people. I know I have a few West Coast viewers that were like, I will not be at your stream on Thursday, which I understand. But I did want to stream today because I am unavailable to do it tomorrow. And last night we did our Twitch Sing stream, which I have to put on as well. Hi, Jam. I only host you so I could stream snipe you, whatever that is. Yeah, right? I don't think I've ever, because even when I was playing Hearthstone, it was very rare that when playing Hearthstone, we had issues with people, like, I think, where people like looking up my name to find me to snipe. It's possible it happened. I don't think it did, but it is totally possible. I mean, it may have just been that, they didn't really need to. I think the closest we've had is last night someone sent me a spam message because I was in Twitch Sings, and apparently this person just spams everyone that uses Twitch Sings, or they have an algorithm, and I just hit their algorithm. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but it did. I love raiding friends. We're just one big community on Twitch. Exactly. Harold, I totally agree with you. I do often end my streams. Also, my streams, like on a Monday, oftentimes when I'm done, there aren't a lot of people for me to raid. I think New Year's, when we did the New Year's stream, we raided Kate Stark at the end because there was a good community of folks still here, and Kate is on the West Coast, so it was like still the party was still happening, and that felt good. It felt good to do that, but I don't raid as much as I could. One thing that we found is, and now that's why I don't do it anymore, is the version of sniping that we run into here is people that are searching for Jackbox games to come in and be jerks. To ruin people's good time by writing terrible things and being terrible people in Jackbox. We have run into that on 2 occasions, which is why I will no longer include the category information about Jackbox when I play it. Which, we could have some fun strangers pop in if I did tell people about it, but I am much more interested in having a fun time with the people that are here rather than encouraging strangers to come in. When it comes to Jackbox, since I am playing with the community. Uh, yeah, when I did stream Hearthstone, I would get people that were searching for the tag and looking at low numbers to see what people were doing and all that. Because I'm never pulling in big numbers, especially like right now. If I was still streaming Hearthstone, which I'm not going to be streaming that game ever again, or in the near future at the very least. Uh, if I was going to stream that game, then it would be like, well, right now there's a new expansion out, and there's a lot of interest in that. So, like, the big names are pulling in thousands. Like Brian Kibler had like 7,000 people watching him stream yesterday, uh, which is outside of like outside of like PAX or like occasional giant bomb things that I've done here and there. Like those numbers are astounding and ridiculous. Lots of dragons. Yes, there are a lot of dragons out there, and of course, Brian Kibler is the king of dragons. He has a dragon army. He made his claim to fame in Magic the Gathering with dragon things and various other incarnations, and of course also in Hearthstone. Loves him some dragons. So finally, expansion for Brian. I love talking about Brian because one, he seems like a genuinely decent person, and that's cool, and especially in a world of personality-driven content out there. It's nice. And two, he's my age, but is considered an old man, and that is humbling in a way to think about that. I mean, he has been around competitive Magic and card game scenes for a long time, because he started a long time ago, but he is considered an elder statesman in the world of and that's just because he's been around for a long time. So, Dread, in the world of professional gaming, Brian is my age. He's 39. We are like a month or two apart in age. And that is not old, but it is old. When I stream here, I am often way older than people who are watching me stream. And like when and that's like a thing that I just have to be aware of. I'm not mad about it. I'm not sad about it. It's just the reality of it. As much as I love playing Jackbox on stream, most of my streams are either me waiting for folks to show up or assholes taking over. Yeah, Harold, it's tough. So, Dread, yes, Harold. And yeah, it's all relative. That's all I'm saying is it's relative because it's all only because most people who are competitive in games, especially esports, were Twitch heavy games or reflex heavy games. Twitch using the name Twitch makes it hard to talk about that. But auto battlers auto chess games, the Battlegrounds, which is a Hearthstone, have become popular, and so now people are using the term Boomer API, which is very funny because they're often referring to people who are in their early 30s as having that. It's just become a term that's popped up mostly in conversation, and it is lighthearted, but it is a thing of some of the older streamers who take a long time with turns and are strategic. Card battling games are a great place for folks like that, and then auto battlers are like, oh, I'm just not fast enough, It has been interesting to hear, to see that. But yeah, I mean, it's all relative. It's just that particularly streaming is a young person's game because Brian is an outlier because he made his following by playing games that when he was young, and now he's just kept doing it, and he's moved to other games and kind of gotten well known. But his contemporaries are younger than him. Because at a certain point, you just stop playing games and you maybe become a commentator, or maybe you use your earnings to like make an esports league because you are the Michael Jordan of esports, and so you can have a sports league, and people who don't know anything about it will go, well, oh, that person, okay, well, I'll invest because that person used to be very good at this, I guess. I don't know. That's what Google tells me. Wikipedia says this person won a lot of money in tournaments, so I will invest in their esports team. Or they become commentators, or various other aspects of it. You know, they go to work for developers for a while. But part of it is, and I think that this is like still an obvious thing for some people, is that nobody knows how to become a successful streamer other than people know how to maintain success or maintain a version of their success. And that's from streaming all the time. When you stop streaming, people get mad and cancel their subscriptions or don't renew their subscriptions or let their gift expire or stop watching. When streamers of any note take time off, they lose viewers consistently and considerably. That is a thing that people know. That is the one thing that people know definitively. How to get those people in the first place is a different story and is a lot of reasons. I think about, like, to me, an example is Kate Stark. Kate Stark is one of my favorite streamers that exist. She is, my Twitch Prime coin goes to Kate Stark. Definitively. Always want to support Kate. I enjoy Kate's streams. Kate blew up because she was very good at PUBG. She was an early adopter of PUBG. She was fun. She had a good time playing it. She was playing with people who were fun as well. Her community took to it. She got in the partner program very early and was able to showcase a lot of stuff in the partner program and then the partner program benefited her because more eyes went on her as she was playing. She already had the good bones of community, and then was able to grow with it. Now, how did she get the bones of that community? So because her hard work, her work ethic. Dread. Her last name is Stark. Stark. She is at twitch.tv/Kate. She got /Kate, which is awesome. But just like, I'll write it in the chat there. Twitch.tv /Kate. Kate is great. She is an awesome person. She's very nice, very down to earth. Now, I was saying, because she worked really hard and because she has a good support network of a good community and because she had the skills to back it up, she was able to grow very fast when the opportunity arose, which was PUBG taking off. She rode that wave. Well, how did she build that support system? How did she build that network of people that were watching her week to week so that when she did grow, she had moderators, she had overlays, she had a merch store set up. She was already on her way to being partner, on the lower end when she was already going through the motions of it, ready to be partner anyway when she blew up. Well, she was part of a larger network of people that already had a dedicated following, that when they came to find who she was, they were like, this person rules. Kate's brother is Graham Stark of Loading Ready Run. They, for a very long time, over a decade plus, have made comedy videos on the internet. They made the video content for The Escapist and for Penny Arcade when Penny Arcade had like a video network. They're well known. And Kate started doing stuff like being in programming. As far as I know, Dredd, no relationship to Tony. No. Mutual respect, I believe, is the only connection they have. But so she started doing stuff with them. She appeared in sketches. She was part of their fundraising Desert Bus for Hope. She did a lot of background stuff for them, video editing, as she was like getting her feet. So the point now where she can be on her own and just stream on her own, well, she had a built-in support network. Not everyone gets that support network. I will say this. I am very lucky and very blessed to have the people that watch me that do, people that watch consistently, people that are here for a lot of streams. But if someone very big decided they were going to raid me, I don't have mods set up. I have Nightbot. If I suddenly got offered partner, if I suddenly was doing very well, if because of Corpa and various other decisions on YouTube, if build streamers on YouTube started only doing Twitch streams, and started thinking that was their avenue, and Gunpla blew up here on Twitch more than it has, and people were just starved for content and came here, I would not be set for it. I would not be ready for it. I'd be ready because I can communicate and I can talk and I can hold a conversation. But I'm not ready to scale to when we're over 30 viewers. I'm not ready to scale for that. When I have more viewers who are new to the stream than subscribers, I'm not ready for that. I am in a weird affiliate position, which some affiliates have, most don't. If you go and watch a stream for an affiliate or a partner, most of the people watching are not subscribers. I'm in an odd position where most of the people watching any given stream of mine are subs. Because they're consistent streams, because I've built a consistent following, and people come and go, and some of those people, most of the people that come and go are like, Harold, who's in the chat right now, or Jam, who's in the chat right now, will probably recognize them like Christian. There was a person named Christian who is from Argentina that was in the chat and was here for like 3 weeks, a month, that was here like commenting a lot. We talked about anime a lot. They had a lot of questions to say. They had a lot of really interesting things to say because they were a fan of the same things that a lot of us are, but in a country that has cultural differences. And it was really interesting to talk to them. I haven't seen Christian in a couple weeks. I hope they're doing well. They have most likely found another stream that they're interested in. And that's what a lot of Twitch viewers do. They bounce from stream to stream, and they have a long follow list, and they go through phases. And that's okay. I'm all right with that. That's the game we play. I love seeing people who have been subscribers for months and months. That makes me feel great. It's nice to see that. That is not consistent. That is not a thing that is going to happen all the time. I get that. I'd like to have more, consistent viewership. I like to build out my viewership. I'd love to start streaming for 40 to 50 people a stream. That 75 average to get partner is the thing I need because I stream enough hours and consistently enough and enough days for the other requirements for partner. Partnership is not a thing that I think is going to happen because it's been pretty stagnant, but it's also still really fun. I really like doing this. I wouldn't be doing this I'd still buy model kits and build model kits, but I wouldn't have done the 8086. I would not have done a glue kit. had I not been doing the stream. I put 2 new glue kits on my wish list because the idea of doing that terrified me. I was like, oh, I want to build something from Initial D. And then someone was like, hey, that's a glue kit, right? And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, I just bought it. It's a glue kit. I was like, terrified me because it was something I've never done before. And to do something I've never done before on stream was really frightening. But not only did it turn out good, it was really fun. I had a great time doing it. So I'd like to keep doing that in the future of like pushing myself. I've already said 2020 was the year that I start working with markers. I'm going to get some Gundam pens, and we're going to pick a kit that I've done, and I'm going to try, and I'm going to watch a bunch of videos, and I'm going to learn a bunch. That's actually part of my my holiday break when I go visit my folks. The 2 things I'm going to be doing is applying for jobs, and I'm going to be watching a bunch of videos on markers because I'll have some time. And I'm going to prepare myself for 2020 when I tackle that and try really hard to add that to my repertoire because I think it'll be cool to do. But yeah, I would love to make partner. I would love for this to be a business and not just a fun thing that I do. If this was a source of income and not a thing that a fun loss leader, a fun hobby, that'd be cool. It'd be awesome. If I could say like my main job was streaming, that would be rad. And there are ways, I could start streaming every night or every day. I could start doing build streams every day. I could start doing more variety stuff every day. I could make the attempt. But, that hasn't been the thing. And then you run into that problem. You run into a big problem, which is once it becomes a job, then you have to do it all the time, and then you have to really start thinking about like a lot of other concessions when it comes to that thing. Like I said, like taking a minute off or a day off. Are you asking about the BMX bike movie? Dreadnought? Is that... Speaking of rad, are you asking about... I don't think you're asking about... Yeah, are you asking about the movie Rad? Because I know I've seen it. I just don't know if I could talk about that movie. Because I don't remember it particularly well. Yeah, no, the only one they ride is school prom. Okay, yes. I do know what you mean. I don't know if I can speak on it because it has been a long time since I saw the movie Rad. Now, here's the thing. There should not be one movie named Rad and one video game named Rad. That's weird, right? You'd think there'd be more of that out there. Adjust this a little bit here. I'm a little crooked. There we go. Way better. It's weird, right? Shouldn't there be more things with Rad in the title? I don't know. I haven't thought of the movie Rad in quite some time. So I unfortunately cannot add here. It's not a very used word. You're totally right. I'm going to say. Almost time for our pause for the cause, which we'll do in a few minutes. Bring it back. Yeah, I mean, I could try. See if I can get that word back in the public lexicon. Get people talking about rad again. Bring it back. Get people using it. I don't know. I don't know if I have that kind of influence. I can always try, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off. All right. So that was our last sticker. Our last sticker there. It actually looks really good. There's not too many stickers in the Deathscythe Hell custom, and they all look great. I mean, they're mostly like green on the head, and they're hard to screw up. But the Deathscythe's also hard to screw up as far as model kit goes. It's just a good, solid kit that is hard to mess up, which is great. Because why would you want to mess it up? You wouldn't. You want to nail it. All right, so now we've got the part that all kits of this era, this is a 2011 re-release, but it's still a 90s kit, which is the skirt parts are not, one, I don't enjoy, and two, I never think look great. But that's where we're at, so we got to put them together. It is probably my least favorite part of the kit. As far as master grades go, it is the point of failure where things fall apart pretty consistently, which is always frustrating. But this one isn't bad, it's just not great. Indeed. I do think that there is someone in pop culture could pull off getting Rad back in. I don't know who, but I do know that like it's possible that it could have a resurgence or a renaissance. But I don't know. It just have to be in a pop culture thing and become like a thing that people want to say again. And H. This is very basic, these things. This step is very straightforward, very easy to do. You just kind of snapping things together where they go. I grabbed the wrong one, which was very fun that I'm like, this is real easy to do and like very basic. And then I'm like, and I grabbed the wrong one and really messed it up. So that's on me. Where did it go? Yeah. But it is pretty straightforward. Yeah, so we are going to 7 p.m. tonight, Eastern Time. I will take a pause for the calls in a couple of minutes. I will say ways for you can support the stream if that's how you are inclined to do, if that's something you're interested in doing. As always, there is no need to do that. No one is forcing you to do any of that. It's just stuff that exists in case you wanted to. That's kind of the whole point. The goal, anyway. Is to offer alternatives to not helping me. Alright, so just gotta go in. Did I grab the wrong one again? H3. Yep. I managed to do that wrong twice, which is very fun. I mean, I'm going to need these pieces anyway. So it's not like I'm clipping a piece out wrong and I'm like, well, this is very much not what I needed to do. And now I'm wasting my time. I'm making my life easier later, right? Because I already clipped it out. So then I can just get at when I need it. Ha ha ha, yeah. Yeah, I'm really setting myself up for success. As I said, this Saturday I'm going to be streaming at 3 p.m. Eastern. It will be a Saturday afternoon stream. It's been a while since I did that, but I am my annual Friends Christmas party with its Dirty Santa gift exchange, which is the Yankee Candle, it is called in my part of the world, part of the U.S. For those that don't know, It's very easy. It's very simple. People bring an unmarked present. There could be a various like notes of like a spending limit or a minimum or something like that. The one I go to doesn't have that. Somebody once got a Keurig and accidentally got a second Keurig as a wedding present. And instead of telling that person, well, we already got one, they just brought a Keurig to this exchange. And you don't know who has it. And there's numbers, and you pull a present. And the idea is either you pull a present, and then you can trade with someone that's already opened the present, or grab a new wrapped one, and then you end up with that, and that ends the round. Or there's only so many times an item can be changed around, can be moved around per round. And the person that opened the first present at the very end of the game can make a 1-to-1 trade that just ends it. So like because they pulled the first one and can't and have no control over the game and are at a disadvantage, clear disadvantage, they have the ability to then do a 1-to-1 trade at the very end. No take-backsies. It is. I enjoy it very much. I enjoy the decisions that get made, the alliances that get formed, people trying to get their present, and they find that popular items come up, that maybe wouldn't necessarily be popular, like a Snuggie that is Ninja Turtle themed. Well, enough people want that suddenly that's become important. So I'm going to trade for that, even though I don't want that. But I know that someone does want that, so someone's going to take it from me, which then allows me to then get the thing that I want in a later round. Stuff like that. Chewbacca Snuggie was one that was very popular. That was a purchase that I made. I was very happy about that. I ended up with a very nice set of headphones one year that I strategically fought very well for. This past year, I ended up with a Roku Mini that I don't need and haven't used, but it did come with a very short HDMI cable, and I needed that, and it was a thing that I was like, I kept like putting off buying because I was like, oh, eventually I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna need that, and so that was like just helpful. I got a book on Batman, the history of Batman comics. That's rad. Like, it's a very fun thing. And then there's a thing that happens in the game called couples bullshit. And couples bullshit is exactly what it sounds like. It is when couples conspire together to pull some bullshit. It is like, I am going to take the item that you have from you, the person I'm in a relationship with, so that someone else can't take it. Or the thing I like got taken, so I'm going to take the thing you have that you don't care about. We're going to use that as a bargaining chip to get the thing we really want. We're going to be strategic. Now, you might think, Pat, your sense of justice, you must hate couples bullshit. But I don't hate couples bullshit. In fact, I'm the one that coined the term couples bullshit. And I say couples bullshit with all the respect in the world, because you are using the rules to your advantage. You are playing the game in your way. There are folks out there who are chaotic. I don't enjoy that element of the game. That are like, I'm just going to take weird stuff. I'm going to lock things that are odd. I'm going to whatever. I'm going to keep grabbing new presents and ending this round, even though people have gotten heated about the round we're in. I'm going to stop right here. I'm not interested in that. Folks that aren't playing the game to play the game. But the strategic elements. I had friends who are not in a relationship that just decided that they were going to work together, and they pulled couples bullshit while not being in a couple. And there's also a couple that I know that don't do couples bullshit because one of them doesn't want to do it. And it's just like, no, wish you too bad. It is great. I have always left that game with either something that I was interested in or something that, like, is practical. I have never left that game with something that I'm like, I'll never use this. This sucks. It is really fun and really competitive, and it's so fun and competitive that last year, people who were not at the party because they have moved to Los Angeles or they have other things going on in their lives were like, "Hey, could you like Facebook Live this?" And somebody was like, "I guess I can get my phone out." This was ahead of the game, and so I said, "Oh no, no, no. We won't do that. I'll bring my laptop and I'll use my test account, my backup Twitch account, because I have another Twitch account in case this one got like suspended or whatever. Something weird happens. We got like raided by jerks or something, and I suddenly couldn't use my account. I have a safety account for issues that come up for that. And so I live streamed it. And we had like 3 people watching, and one person watched the whole time because they were at home with their kids while their husband was there. And then they were like typing in chat like directions for me to be like, tell them to do this, tell them to do that, which was pretty funny. This year I'm going to be bringing my laptop and 2 webcams. So I'm going to have the static shot, and then I'm going to have another one on a hand tripod so I can do close-ups. And we'll set it up so that people are opening gifts and show it to the camera. And my main thing is to not be in chat as much because it's less fun to be in chat. I'd much rather be actively playing the game. It's a lot. Streaming it is very fun for me as somebody to be like, can I figure this out? Can I make this happen? The folks that have the Friendsgiving that I go to, that I was just at, run this game. And they usually do the first weekend of the month of December, and they didn't this year. They did it this weekend, which is awesome because I was at PAX Unplugged last Saturday, so I would have missed it for the first time in years, and I would have been very bummed. Not only because it would be, I wouldn't be able to see my friends, but also because I wouldn't be able to play the game. I like playing that game. Anyway, I'm going to take a pause for the cause here. I'm going to finish this up, and then I will take a brief pause. For folks that don't know what the pause for the cause is, it's just I tell you ways you can support the stream if that's something you'd like to do. You're under no obligation to do any of that. You too, Dread. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for chatting. It's always nice to have some folks in the chat, especially on a quieter stream like this one. Yeah, I hope you check it out again. I'll be back on Saturday, and I stream Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, usually in the evening. Although, as I said, today's an early stream, and Saturday it will be an even earlier stream. But they're usually in the nighttime. But thanks for being here. Have a good one. For those watching that are still here, hello. First and foremost, if you're currently a subscriber, throw the Bear Cave emote in the chat right now. Let's see it. You have a rad night. If you're currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe if you're a tier 2. Let the people know. Let the people see. Alexandra, the lovely and talented Alexandra, Zandra, on your Twitter, is the creator of these fantastic emotes. Let the people know what's up. You are a subscriber. If you're not currently a subscriber, now's a great month to do it. Because if you become a subscriber, or if you gift a sub, maybe you want to gift a sub, people will get a emotes, which is awesome. Also, if you do bits and coins over 300, you'll get that. You can see Harold has a new badge that says Bits Leader. Harold is a bits leader. Harold has given bits consistently over a long period of time. Right now is the head of that, and so gets this kind of like emote, or this new badge of being the bit leader, which is cool. But yeah, bits and coins are always appreciated. They go a long way to letting me continue to do what I do here. Becoming a subscriber is great. I've been trying to get over 40 again. That's my goal right now. We are 36 subscribers right now. We did have some gifts, which is rad, and last month some gifts did expire, which is understandable. You could also, I'm going to log in and look at my what my commands are here. You could also, if you wanted to, join my Patreon. I have a Patreon. You could join that. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's in the show description. If you're watching this on a VOD, it's here in the chat. Or you can check out twitch.tv/Baer for all the links to things I'm going to mention right now. I have a Patreon. That's a great way to support the stream, is to jump in on my Patreon. I have a Amazon wish list. As I said, we just had a few people buy some stuff off the wish list. The thing we're going to build next after this was bought off the wish list. It is Oolong's Buggy. It's a short little build, but we have that. But I put new stuff on the wish list. I put a new $14 item, which is the Death Army, which is just like, it's got a club rifle. It's a rifle that also can be used as a melee weapon. That's nonsense. It's a quick, easy build, but that's a cute one, I thought. As I said, I put in the RX-7 and the FC-35 and the FD-35, which from Initial D, 2 racers. Those are, I have to use liquid cement on those. Those are glue kits. A bunch of different model kits, Lego sets, bunch of different things. A couple people did buy things off of that list that are coming soon. I will do videos about that, and they will jump the queue. If you want to be included in that party, because I don't know who bought the Lotto Twin. I don't know who bought the Zogok, but somebody did. I don't know who bought the Mobile Suit Gundam 5, the full Saber. Somebody did. I'm going to build it. Thank you to whoever did. That is a way to support the stream, is to do that. You could also go to USA Gundam Store and buy a gift card and then send me a whisper here on Twitch, or you could send me a message on Twitter. My DMs are open, and go like, hey, I bought you this gift card. Here's the code I got in my email. That is a way to support the stream. You could donate. I do accept donations numerous ways. Streamlabs and Coffee and PayPal directly. All those go to buying kits or equipment during build streams. Stuff I make on Patreon, stuff I make through Twitch, my AdSense on YouTube. I'm actually going to look that up because it's been a little while since I looked that up. I usually look at my AdSense during the stream. Just check it out. But I put up a video that got some views the other day. And, yeah, my balance is nowhere near ready. That's okay. But it's about halfway to being a payout, but that's fine. That happens. Let's see. Donate. I have a Discord. You can join my Discord. Of course, as I mentioned, this is all in the YouTube show description. There's Discord for that. And let's see what else I want to say. Oh yeah. Here's the background and characters from yesterday. It's a good one. This is a short little one. It's a fun video. Put that in there. And finally, Finalmar. Here is the Improvised Postmortem for PAX Unplugged. This panel ruled. Lots of great people. Numbers aren't necessarily where I would like them for the quality of it. I hope more people watch it in the future. Got a couple hundred folks watched it. It's really good, and I think you'll like it. If you're looking for a comedy panel to watch this weekend, hey, check it out. Let's see. I'm going to drink some water, so we'll put that command into Nightbot. And then I'll talk about some anime in the second hour. And we'll get back to building. We are in the second hour. We're going to 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to do a retweet. Water. It's good. This is my ad for water. We are not sponsored by water. We're sponsored by you, of course. Dread retweeted, which is very nice. Very nice of them to let the people know what's up. And alright, I guess we're going to get ready to go. Back to building. And I will, of course, talk about anime. First and foremost, look, I get it. You're not watching Black Clover. I'm going to talk about episode 113 of a long-running show whose main character yells almost exclusively. Who is a big, silly nonsense person that yells all the time. I get it. You're like, Pat, I'm never going to watch this show. I like shonen, but Asta seems idiotic and that show seems bad. Look, is it by the book? Of course it is. It is a very by the book shonen. Is it exceptional? Yes. The fight scenes are great. The humor is fine. It has one character. Yes. Does it have a Mineta? Yes, it does. There is a character in there that sucks so bad. And the anime wants us to laugh at him, but he sucks. Yes. This episode, some of the heavy hitters are going to have to fight. We're going to have to fight some of the big bads, right? We got two characters in here. Overpowered characters. The Vermilions. They've always been, like, they're nobles. They're from the noble class. But throughout the course of this series, the younger brother immediately was like, Asta, you're strong. You're my rival. I don't care that I'm a noble and you're a commoner. You're my rival. In a world where Asta didn't have his best friend and surrogate brother be his rival, that dude would have been his rival. His older brother is like strong, complete badass. Gives Asta like a lot of good encouragement where he's expecting to get yelled at. His sister, older sister, even stronger. She just uses, most of the time, her fire magic is generally, I'm going to make my fist on fire and punch you in the face. She rules. A lot of times, her fighting style is, I'm going to turn off my magic abilities, take a punch because I'm strong, and then use that magic that I would have used for defense for offense, and punch you harder. So the brother and sister shine in this episode. They would be the main characters of their own anime, but they are just support characters in this anime, and it's such a good show. Like the minor characters are so great. They introduced 2 new minor characters this season, this arc I should say, that are both fantastic, and I love them for different reasons. As I said, there is a character that sucks. I'm looking forward to him being less important. But like all the minor characters in that show are rad and great, and I think so highly of them. I am expecting bad things to happen in future episodes because, Asta's rival, we have not seen in a little while. And he overcame some bad magic that was being sent his way. But that's temporary, so I'm expecting that to, become a fucking problem. Anyway, Black Clover. It fucking rules. God damn it. I'm so mad that more people I know aren't watching this very good. Because here's the thing. We are living in a golden age right now of shonen. Fire Force. kicks ass. Black Clover kicks ass. Dr. Stone is weird but really fun. One Piece is awesome. My Hero Academia is awesome. People are trying to tell me Food Wars is a shonen. It's not. It's good. It's not a shonen. I'm trying to think of another shonen. Boruto. I don't know, man. It's not for me, but some people really like Boruto. That's a shonen. That's great. I stopped watching Radiant, but I know some people that like Radiant a lot. And there's probably a shonen that it's not even on my radar, that I'm not paying attention to, that's also right. It's a great time to like shonen. If that is the genre that you are into, then there's a lot of great anime for that. If that's not your thing, I understand that too. Speaking of, if that's not your thing, I don't want to think about how next week is the last After School Dice Club. Episode 11, yesterday's episode of After School Dice Club, was beautiful. It was the culmination of a sporting character's dream, watching her dream become a reality. I want to play the game she made. I think it rules so hard that that's a huge component of this. We're going to see some I think next week's episode is going to be emotional. I would have been emotional even if it wasn't an emotional episode. If they were just like, here's a fun, silly episode, I would have been like, ugh. After School Dice Club is one of my favorite shows this year, let alone this season. It is my favorite show this season and one of my favorite shows. If you have Hulu, you can watch it subtitled. If you have Funimation, you can watch it dubbed. After School Dice Club. It is fucking great. It is a slice of life show about high school girls having friendship with each other, finding each other. The quiet girl who always wondered if she was ever going to have high school like she imagined it. She was ever going to have close friends. She gets them. The new girl in town that wonders if she's going to find people. She immediately does. The studious girl that wants to share her dreams of becoming a board game designer and finding people that can accept her passion. She does it. Later in the season, there's the girl that's mixed heritage. She's grown up in Germany. She had a tabletop crew. She moved to she moved to Japan. Her dream in living in Japan was to find people that had the same passion she did and create a new game club. And she gets that. And it's rad. And it's way more heartfelt than it has any right to be. And it's just a good goddamn show. It speaks in reverence. It speaks for tabletop, for the genre of it. They play actual real games. Are there characters that are like, this is a waste of time? Yes. Do a lot of those characters fucking come around and they're like, okay, that was really fun? Do people come out of their shells, find their fucking thing, get emotionally connected to one another? Yes. It's lovely. I don't know what to tell you. It's a rad-ass show. And it's a show that I fucking needed. To end 2019 with a lovely anime. Oh, so nice. So nice. Oh. I can't say enough nice things about it. I ranted about it last weekend at Anime NYC. Not Anime NYC, at PAX Unplugged. I literally stopped my panel to promote an anime, because I was like, well, a bunch of these people, like, it's PAX Unplugged. These are tabletop fans. And maybe they're like casual anime fans. They might have Hulu. They might have Funimation. Maybe you know, they like a few things. They watch a few things their friends say. They don't maybe know me. Maybe they came here because of Loading Ready Run, or they came in because of Trin, or whatever. They're not sure why they're at the panel they're at. uh, to be able to tell them, hey, here's a goddamn beautiful show that you could watch about the hobby you already like. And also, like, there are a lot of people out there I know who don't know they like slice of life because they don't know what the genre, they don't know that's a genre that they love. They just haven't been exposed to it. I had quite a few people who watched Flying Witch on my recommendation and were like, or Laid Back Camp. You know this, people that watch these streams. You know that I would not shut up about Laid Back Camp. And in 2020, when Season 2 comes out, I will again not shut the fuck up about Laid Back Camp. But you know how much I love that show. And I had a bunch of people that were like, I've never watched anything like this before. What other shows should I watch? Because we don't have slice of life here, really. We have like dramas where nothing happens, or like comedies where we have like sitcoms, right? A lot of sitcoms are slice of life. They're like, situation comedies where it's kind of low key and they're not going for anything big, right? Like that's what we have. We don't really have slice of life as like a genre of American cinema or television, I should say. Anyway, I'm ranting because chat is very quiet today, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. I'm okay with you being quiet today. We're just building a model kit that I could do with my eyes closed. I'm talking about the anime. Also, like, I don't really want to talk about the other shows. Cautious Hero. This is interesting. This is a weird thing that happened with Cautious Hero. There was not a new episode. And you're thinking, wait, Pat, it's almost over. Isn't it weird that there's a production delay with a show that's almost over? It is kind of weird. So here's the thing. Cautious Hero had a production delay early on in the show, in the series. Like the third episode or the fourth episode was delayed. So they knew that they would have another episode that needed to be delayed. So they have a recap episode. They aired a recap episode for half the show, the first half of the show, but they're already done 10 episodes out of 12. So their recap was just the first 6. It wasn't even a recap of the season. It was a recap of the first half because they didn't air it. They made a recap episode because they knew they would have production delays, but the production delay happened before they could air the recap. So they aired a recap, but it's complete nonsense. Like, it'll eventually like live like halfway through the show or the season, and like for some people will be great. But right now, if you are a fan of the show or watch the show, you're like, this is nothing. This is a clip show. It's a clip show for part of the show and not part of the show. It's so weird. A delay this late in the season is so strange. Because they're building towards the climax. I mean, the show is running late because of the production delay they had. Very strange, y'all. In researching, like, what's going on, what do they say, what is this thing, I found an article that I didn't read that basically was like, could Cautious Hero be the next One Punch Man? And the answer is no. One, because it didn't take off. It hasn't taken off. Maybe the dub will take off, but it hasn't. And two, it's not the same. Could Cautious Hero be do for Isekai what One Punch Man did for Shonen? Maybe. In that it is a satirical look at the genre while also being part of the subgenre, while also being heavily influenced and influential in the genre? Possibly. It's totally possible that people could copy Cautious Hero's take on the genre of isekai. But like, it's not. It hasn't been super successful. I can't imagine it will be, because one of the main reasons is that it's gross sometimes. Sometimes it's just fucking gross and weird, and also mean. A big component of Cautious Hero is that the main character is like cautious to a fault, and a lot of the jokes are the goddess reacting to him being very calculated and mean and awful. He is a complete and total asshole. So, I don't imagine that Cautious Hero has legs. A show I know that doesn't have legs is Kemono Michi, Rise Up. Man, look, I'm going to finish this show, but I will say, it is the show that I am, without a doubt, it is my most disappointing show in the last 5 years of anime. I cannot think of another show that I had such high expectations for that so thoroughly disappointed me. The premise of Kemono Michi is so fucking good, and it makes me so mad that it's not good. That it's a bad show. Oh, it's infuriating. Anyway, we're body complete with our Deathscythe. It's time to work on the cloak, the wings, the active cloak. But we're body complete right now. Sorry. I know I rant about this show a lot. I understand. But like, you know me well enough to know that the premise, it's an isekai, where the hero from our world that's summoned to another world to save that world is a professional wrestler. And he doesn't want to save that world because it would involve him killing demons or like demon beasts. And he's like, but I love animals. This world doesn't love animals. I'm going to change this world so they love animals as much as I do. And it's, comedic, and it's self-aware in some aspects. And the premise is so strong that I wish that the person who made it was a better creator. Because it's creepy sometimes, and the jokes fall very flat, and outside of those complaints, which I think are relatively like bulletproof, like its humor is bad, and its characterization is bad, and its main character isn't fun. Beyond that, its choice to make wrestling real is a bummer. I wish that it wasn't MMA. I wish that it was like professional wrestling. Because that would add another layer. Because it would add the layer of, I shouldn't be here. I'm strong, but I'm not a fighter. I am a physical performer. Which I think is a whole other dimension of like mistaken identity. Like, we grabbed the strongest person we could there's a movie that I have not seen it. I cannot claim to if it's good or bad. But the premise is that a small town has a lot of monsters, so they kidnap a actor because they think that actor is like Bruce Campbell. They kidnap Bruce Campbell because they think that Bruce Campbell is Ash. Or the Galaxy Quest, right? Aliens go to these actors from this Star Trek show for help because they think they're real. They think they're watching reality. That shit is awesome. And I wish that Kemono Michi was that. Kemono Michi is not that. Kemono Michi is like MMA fighters. Occasionally they reference the storylines, but most of the time, winning isn't predetermined in that world and in the real world and all that. And then, like I said, there's also the whole element of this thing is also creepy a lot of the times, and that fucking sucks. So that's that. And then, okay, so High School Prodigies. This was episode 11. This felt like an odd episode for a 12-episode series. Now, there might be 13. It might be a double. I don't think it's a double, but it might be 13 episodes. But I could also see next week being the last one. So they're leading towards there going to be an incident. There's going to be a problem. They're getting prepared for the war that they have to continue. The people that they think are their or that claim to be their allies clearly aren't their allies. Maybe they'll get some help. There's a subplot where the doctor is evil. Evil might not be the right term. The doctor is messed up. I think is the better is like unbalanced and unstable. Like the world's best surgeon who is also a high school student. Because that's part of the thing that like they were already really intelligent and really like gifted before they got there. And like most of them aren't broken. Like Ringo is broken because she's the scientist whose mother abandoned her because Ringo was smarter than her and winning the Nobel Prize and doing all this stuff. She was doing all these things to make her mother feel better, or for praise for her mother. But her mother was just, whoa, fuck, where'd that go? Couldn't handle the jealousy. A piece just flew out of this. We'll move on. Luckily, I have one of these, so I can go and get the piece I need, the spare I need. But that was surprising that just flew out. Anyway, so we already know that Ringo is sad, and that's why she's the way she is. She was abandoned by her mom because her mom couldn't handle the jealous feelings that she had about Ringo being better in every way than her. So then we got the doctor, who, I'll admit, I hadn't really thought too much about her. She's just like, really, it was just that she's like attractive character. She wears thigh highs, which is odd for a doctor, and she's like a great surgeon and like is really calm. Turns out she hates God because God allows sadness and misery to happen and diseases to happen. So she's mad at God, and she's going to make people immortal to spite him, and will give no quarter. It has no time for people that go out of their way to make it harder for people to what was it? Something like to like hurt people and like take advantage of them. And it was like a really fucked up, like dark laugh, dark smile, really weird. Like a weird thing to happen in an episode. It was a weird moment in the show. And like maybe nothing will come of it. But I do like the idea that like maybe not every character in this thing is going to stick together or should stick together. Like I don't know. We haven't seen the Merchant in a while. Who knows what he's up to? He will be the one people would expect to betray them, but maybe it's the fucking weirdo doctor. I don't know. And then there's a masked figure that maybe in the next episode we'll learn about. We'll learn who this masked figure is. In the next episode, I don't know. It was a weird episode of a show that is I still kind of like but don't love. I mean, I'm kind of going through the motions with it because it is the most like typical of these shows, of these of the isekai genre. It is very typical. So, I don't know if you like them. If you like the genre, it's a pretty good one of those. It's very typical. It's just like, yeah. I was gonna say it doesn't really have the harem aspect, but it does have lots of fan service, and it is creepy in times. And then this, like I said, this last episode got real creepy. All right, so did just drop a piece. All right. I got an email of a thing I need to take care of. I'm actually going to kill the stream early tonight. I apologize for that. I hope you. Again, sorry about that. We will go finish the wings on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. I do apologize for suddenly being like, hey, I'm cutting out way earlier than I was planning. But I do have to take care of something. And I did also drop a thing that I have to find that I need right now in order to continue. So I'm going to find that piece that I did drop so that I continue with the build. So I apologize for wrapping this up early. Thank you for everybody that hung out with me tonight. I know this was an odd time to stream. I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. And Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern with the next stream. So thank you very much for watching this stream tonight. And I'm going to throw an ad up. Feel free to watch that if you like. And thank you very much. And sorry that I'm rushing out of here, but I am. Bye-bye.